D, you're live on the UCW show.
Gentlemen, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. What a complete waste of my life listening to Jack Murphy and going on and on and on about slandering Christianity,
KuK.
libertarianism. It just didn't stop. And as you already said, there was no apology. There was no ownership. Just absolute cockatry.
Yes.
It's just unbelievable. You know that at this point, it's not a surprise, but we just, once you see it and you hear the 40-some paragraphs of it, I'm still in disbelief. I think that it's only going to continue to further ruin him. He should have just owned what he was, and he could have created a whole new movement. But instead, he is trying to do all this backpedaling. I wonder when he's going to be back on Tim now. Tim's going to take him back. He's going to be like, "Hey, look, guys, he's redeemed. You got to accept him."
I think Tim might have learned his lesson. People were roasting him for like weeks after that.
It's hard to say. He's a stubborn guy, and he isn't one to backpedal. But maybe he will in this one.
Guess we'll find out. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't put much. I trust Tim to wear a beanie, and I trust him to take no hardline stances on anything. Those are two things I trust him with.
Well, I know that Luke Radowski's got to be happy, but
because he had to sit next to him for like 4 shows and listen to him talk about how alpha he was.
Yeah,
he probably knew about the KuK story too, and he wasn't allowed to bring it up.
That guy is he is the epitome of current yearism. That's for sure. So here we are. But I wanted to give a shout out on following up with what Hammerhand was saying. If anybody wanted to go to the Bible for some references for morality and such, there's a pastor on YouTube that gets banned constantly. People are always having to re-upload his content because he's pretty based. He's a KJV preacher. He's Stephen Anderson.
KJB? Wait, what's his church? KJB?
Well, the KJV is like King James Version.
Okay.
He's like, that kind. But it's the Faithful Word Baptist Church. And he has a really good series on the book of Revelation. Just type in his name, Stephen Anderson Revelation series. 22 hours covering each chapter. It gets pretty in depth. So if anybody wants to go full autismo. With that kind of studying. Yes, it's highly recommended. I've gone through it a couple times, learned a lot. It's definitely relevant to now. And he recorded all this back in 2013, but it's like,
hey, Steve Sanchez says, hey, Reishi, what do you think of this? Steve Sanchez says the Riminal Order. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so we're definitely in some interesting times. It's only going to get even better for 2020 going forward. But gentlemen, I just want to shout out that I'll call in another time. It's been a pleasure.
Awesome.
And thank you for
I'll talk to you later, man.
Peace.
If you else want to call in, I'll slap the link one more time, and then I'll get the super chats, and then